So remember, we can only simplify when we're multiplying. So you cannot cancel these x's across here because you're adding in between. You can always simplify within a fraction if it's multiplying, as long as the factors are identical. So going to this, remembering our rules for fractions in A, how do we add fractions? We would need a common denominator. So right now, I'm going to start by looking at my numbers. With 7 and 3 in the denominator, does it make sense that your common number will be 21? So this one needs to be multiplied by 3 and 3, and the second one by 7 and 7. Then we look at our variables. The second one has an x, the first one doesn't. So I need an x in the first one, so I add that in as well. This will get me a common denominator of 21x in both of them, which is what I want for adding. The top here, 3x times 2x, will give me 6x squared. And the second one, 35. Once you have a common denominator, then the denominator stays the same because that's the size, and you add your numerators together, so I get 6x squared plus 35. And again, remember, we can only simplify when we're multiplying. Right now, this is adding. That's grouped together as one big thing. I cannot cancel the x's. I cannot simplify the 6 and the 21. The only way I can simplify is if I could factor this, change it to multiplying, and have identical factors. So this is my final answer. In B, again, I'm going to rewrite things. I'm subtracting. I need a common denominator. Numbers-wise, this one's missing a 4, so I multiply top and bottom by 4. This one's missing a 5, so I multiply top and bottom by 5. Variable-wise, this one has an a, this one doesn't, so I add an a to the second one. The first one has a b, and the second one has a b squared, so the first one needs another b. This will give me, and sometimes what I'll do when I'm doing these questions is once I know I have my denominator the same, I might write it all over that one right away. You can break it up as two different ones, but now what do I have up here? The first one was 16b, the second one would be 15a. This is grouped together because it's subtracting. And unless there's an identical thing in the bottom, you cannot cancel it out. We'll circle that final answer. And questions for practice are 3, 4, and 5.
When we finish the question, do we have to put brackets around the top?
You don't have to. I put the brackets there just to show you that that would get grouped together, that you can't be tempted to simplify because we can only simplify when we're multiplying. And this being subtracted together groups it as a single factor. You don't need brackets there. In a fraction, right? The brackets are implied on the top. But we want to be careful because this is bad. You're like, ooh, I want to cancel out my x's. No. Because the top order of operations, that has to be done first before we can divide. So we're tempted, but erase that, that would be better. Okay, so what we're gonna do today, just because I know that you would like to have as much time as possible to do nothing today, right?
That's right.
That's the goal. So we're gonna do our 3 examples as quick as possible. Then you can start your white belt if you want.
Do we have to copy like the questions in the sheet that we're going to?
No, you don't have to, just have to write down number 1.
Perfect.
So multiple choice, if you need to show work, show work. Some of them you just like, I just know it. That's okay. Okay? But if you just decide to copy down all the letters from the answer key for the multiple choice, I know that you haven't learned anything. There's some you have to show somewhere. Right? It's just not possible to do it without showing a little bit of work. But no, don't waste, I don't want you wasting time copying things.
Okay.
Okay? Don't cram it. Give yourself space. Because if you make a mistake, I actually like it if you make a mistake that you just take out a pen and put a line through your mistake, but don't erase it. And then try it again. Because if you still can't get it, the number 1 best way to learn, is that my phone? Oh my goodness. Is to show me if I can see where your mistake is. Likely spam. I don't think I'll answer it. There we go.
Zero.
So the best way is if you still can't get it, if you show me your first mistake, that's most likely the thing you'll do when you do the test. You'll do it the same way your brain says, try this way. Is the natural way you'll do it on the test. If you're making a mistake in that, I want to help you see where that mistake is so you don't make it again. Yes? Cancel. Okay, so let's quickly go through our examples. Question 2 is very much like question 1. Very similar, except we just have more algebra than we did last time. So I'm adding fractions. I'm going to put brackets around that. That gets grouped together. I'm going to put brackets around this. This gets grouped together. And then in looking at the 8 and the 6, what's common? What would make a common denominator 8 and 6? Obviously, you could do 8 times 6 and 48, but there's a smaller one. No, smaller.
Oh yeah,
No, bigger.
24.
24. This one would have to get multiplied by 3 and 3. This one by 4 and 4. So our times table becomes
3x down there.
And then we're going to also need an x on this one to get the x squared. And our common denominator is going to be 24x squared. Now I'm going to put brackets here and a plus sign and brackets here because I'm going to figure out each of these separately. Can you see with this 3x now, it would actually have to get distributed. And so in the first one, I would have gotten 3x squared plus 15x. Are you okay if I did that all in one step? On the second one, if I distribute it, would have a 4x minus a 28. And in my numerator, I have like terms. So I can write my final answer. Whoa. Not where I want. I can write my final answer as 3x squared plus 19x minus 28 over 24x squared. Can I cancel out the x squareds? No. Technically, this is how I'd write my final answer. If I circle around it, this is getting grouped together. And the only way you can cancel out a factor is if you have that identical factor in the denominator and the numerator. There's nothing identical here. So we cannot cancel out the x squared. We can simplify the 3 and the 24, but you will be tempted Very much so. Just warning you. The temptation will be great to cancel when you're not supposed to. Okay? I mean, think about it as numbers. Is 5 plus 5 divided by 5 equal to 6? Can I just cancel these out and make a 1? And say 1 plus 5? No. When you see it with numbers, you know that you would have to do the top first and get 10, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. But as soon as we get to algebra, sometimes our brain doesn't realize it's the same as numbers. If you can't do it with numbers, you can't do it with algebra. So that's bad. Okay. And B, 3c minus 2 over 3cd. Oh, this one is just a great example of where many of you are going to make a mistake. I can warn you right now, but the warning will not help. This is where I feel the most like a parent. Your parents tell you, don't do this. When you go out and do that. It's going to happen with this question. Okay, we're going to start this the same way. In fact, I'm going to make the mistake that you're going to make. Are you ready for it? I'm just going to do your mistake, and you won't even notice I made a mistake. You're going to have to be really paying attention to see if you can see the mistake. Okay, all right. So we need a common denominator. I'll even take my time on this one to do it slower. So it makes you like, for sure he didn't make a mistake, and I'm going to make the mistake. Here we go. I've got the 3 and the 5, so I need to multiply this one by 5 and 5, this one by 3 and 3. This one needs a C, and this one, no, yeah, and this one doesn't need anything else, right? Now you're watching every step. I like it. So this is going to be a common denominator of 15c squared d, and this one's going to be a common denominator of 15c squared d. And I'm going to put brackets around this because I have to distribute. So here I'm going to get 15, oops, I want black. 15c squared minus 10c, subtract, and then here I'm going to have 3c plus 24. So I get my common denominator. It's going to be 15c squared d, and I had 15c squared minus 10c minus 3c plus 24. And do I have any like terms? Yes, I do. So I have 15c squared minus 13c plus.
Whoa, hold on.
Whoa, there's people paying attention. Oh, I like it. This is not the right answer. And some people are looking like, you did so good, Mr. JR. Maybe some of you should be my teacher. I like the 100%. But what went wrong? Where did it go wrong?
When we have minus, you need to change to opposite sign.
Like, this is where, like, what I did here with the plus, you see how I added the extra brackets? Okay? I could add the brackets here. It's this minus this, which means it's this minus this, and the negative has to go to both of them. So technically, there was my mistake. That's a minus 24. And subtracting is notorious for this. It is so tempting. Now, I should just make mistakes. Like, I was impressed with you guys. I haven't seen all of you pay that much attention to a question for a long time, right? Right? Usually Evan's thinking about what he's going to do after school. Henry's like having a daydream in German. And so,
What?
I said, you're having a daydream in German. You're thinking of something.
In
Yeah.
here and out there.
Yeah, so I should make mistakes all the time, and this is sort of a fun game. See?
I heard a sheet. Just follow.
Pensaba que era
Okay.
lo
So this is
medalha.
Our final answer for this one, you can circle questions. Wait for it. 7 and 8. Oh.
Just hit question 6 to 8.
I should have done 6 to 8.